Hi guys, welcome to another exciting time of Fuels on Bother, brought to you by Upfront and Personal. How you guys feeling?
I'm good. I'm doing great.
I'm catching a cold.
Yeah, I was saying exactly.
Are you serious?
It's giving cold vibes.
But I'm
Are you sure this is not happening because you guys are preparing for
what?
You know where?
What?
To Japan now.
Oh.
Are you getting your body temperature ready?
You get it.
If it happens.
Hey. I'm saying this because part of what we're talking about is people that did welcome to a new dispensation, but it sort of seems like it wasn't really planned
Yeah,
properly.
the dispensation wasn't going well.
You know what I mean? So if you want to jackpot, there's many things that you need to, put in place. We're going to be talking about, a new couple who just, moved to the UK, just like everyone seems to be doing now. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about, why it's important not to take your own life. We're talking about depression basically because it's, such a big issue. We'll talk about all that we have to talk about when we come back from the break. Don't go anywhere.
I used to care for the world's opinion. I used to fear their rejection. I used to beg for validation. And I used to wait to be seen. But the fire that burned in me was hotter. And the passion that lived in me had a voice of its own. So I stopped waiting and started to act. I stopped fearing and started to live. And when they thought I'd fail, I stepped into my power.
Because my time is now.
Amstel Malta, be your best.
Fuels Unbothered.
All right, guys. So a couple, a very young couple. The husband is like 26-year-old. The wife is like 23-year-old. They recently got married somewhere in Nigeria, and then they decided that since everybody is packing bag and leaving, let us also do the same thing. So they decided to jackpot, and the plan was the man was going to be a student. He was going to go for his postgraduate study, and the woman followed him as a dependent. And the plan was, since the student is not allowed to work more than 20 hours, which is the man, he was going to just work for a while, a little bit, but the woman was going to be working full-time, so she was going to be she was going to be paying his fees.
Like she was literally going to be the breadwinner.
She was going to be the breadwinner of the family, because
pending the time he was done with.
Pending the time when he was done, and then she will go to school, and such a good plan, right?
Yeah.
But everything sort of turns upside down. Yes, because now when they get abroad, the woman starts to start keeping late nights. She's not sticking to the plan anymore, and then the man is confused. My 20 hours of work cannot help me raise the remainder of my fees. What am I going to do? So literally the plan has scattered. So this man's friend takes to social media to share the story of what's going on, and it just goes to show you that a lot of times when you're making plans for traveling or jackpotting, basically, as a lot of people are doing, sometimes the plans seem like they're good, but you just go and see that the situation is different. And that's why you see a lot of people in situations that they never planned for, because moving away from your country to another country takes a lot.
Even if I've not moved yet.
So sometimes
I know it takes a lot.
He says he's not moved yet, so if he's leaving also, that's what he's doing.
So one of the striking things about this whole story is the fact that they are both young people. 26, he's 26 and she was just 23, and this, as much as we see it work for other people, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for us at the same time. If they both had the agreement that she was going to school while she was going to work, right? Which is, I feel like he would have worked while she should have gone to school, because some people were coming out with the fact that a man is supposed to be the breadwinner, and now the gender role changed, and now the woman can't take it, because to say, this man is not providing as much as he can, and within less than, it wasn't up to a month, the story changed, right?
I want to beg to differ, because I just feel like there must be some other in-depth to the story that we do not know of. What if the promise of the marriage, or the marriage basis, was let's relocate? The only way to take you along would be for us to marry.
Wow.
But that was not what he said.
Hold on, I'm just saying, because these are really young people, and I'm really talking about really, really young people. There's going to be a lot of youthful exuberance when they move to a new location. They want, it's only okay to want to explore, to want to see what is going on. Do you understand? But the man is like, yo, what's going on? I'm busting my heads out here to get my degree so I can get a better work here, so that you can also be able to go to school, and you are doing. So he might be reacting some sort of way out of frustration and annoyance. That what are you doing? You're skipping late nights. I'm back home before you reading, and she's like, yo, I'm actually working. I'm just saying, because they are really young people. Emotions might not be in check. There's nobody that is elderly in where they are to like put them in check sometimes, because these are like 26, 23. Yo, even if you get married here at that age, you're bound to have a lot of challenges. Fresh into the marriage, the baby's already paying the bills.
Which is for a 23-year-old. I feel like that
she probably I'm just saying, maybe she has never been in a position of serious responsibility like that, so handling it might not be seamless for her.
Well, anyways, there was a plan, so I feel like it's better to stick to the plan. But this is what I'll say. I've seen people that have gone single-handedly. They paid a part of their fees, and then they get there, they're able to, with their 20 hours work period, pay the remainder of the fees. I'm surprised. What if you didn't have a wife? What if you were going as a student on your own? What if you weren't married? Because you've seen people that are going to school on their own. What if you're not a married guy? Who was going to pay your bills for you?
We don't know how much his fees are, because they're really quite expensive.
I'm saying that regardless, he's still going to be able to figure it out, because like the way the system is there, even when you can't afford to pay the bills, you can pause and come back to it. Do you understand? If you have to work for a while to get the money and all that, our basis here is the relationship, having hiccups and
very early, right?
Very early, and that's because of the responsibility that this woman
has to bear.
She's saddled
at the start.
with.
Anyways, I just hope that they're able to pull through this and work out their relationship.
Yeah.
Multina, share happiness.
Views Unpotted.
Okay, so when it comes to anxiety and depression, a lot of people have not come in tune with the fact that it's a lot. It's legit as important as life itself. We've seen cases of mental stress. People come on social media to actually express how they feel about different issues and all of that. But still, people have not gotten to that point where they are kind. People don't understand that the fact that you say something to me doesn't mean I should take it the way you would take it, right? You can say something to me and I react a certain way. I can say something to AB and he reacts differently. So I feel like we should get to that point where kindness should be our day-to-day. It should be involved in our day-to-day activities. Just recently, popularly known as DJ Ola, recently took his own life due to the fact that there were rumors going on about him which were not true, according to social media, right? So I think this had to do with his marriage. So rumors about him he did this to his wife, he's probably seen someone else or something like that. And so the news got to his wife, which kind of escalated into an issue. And he didn't really find that what's the
pleasant
word? He didn't find that pleasant, because this is not the first time he's seen people talk about him. He's seen people talk down on him. Talk about his work, and it's been affecting him psychologically. He's been going through this for a long time, and people were not aware. So for instance, now he goes to play in an event and you're seeing him all hyper and all that. Meanwhile, this person is actually going through a lot. So he unfortunately took his own life, and his wife came on social media to cry and express grief about it, talking about how people should be more kind, people should be more empathetic, right? And it's really, really sad, because like I said, a lot of people, we don't know what people go through.
I really don't know what it is with people's mindsets that pushes them to commit suicide and take their life. That's what I'm saying. But honestly, whatever it is that you're going through is good I feel like it was worse off for him, because his wife is supposed to be his support system, and probably there was no more trust. So it must have been a war zone in the house, after having all those fun, and you don't want to go home, because you're like, if I go home now, she's probably going to be asking me, did you do this? Who were you with? Who were you dancing with? Show me evidence. Let me check your phone and stuff like that.
Honestly,
sorry, but I just feel like when it gets to that situation where you're already considering it, where it's already chipping into your mind, find someone you can talk to, a counselor, a therapist, or something.
Well, we really can't say for sure if he actually did all these things. We really can't say.
If he killed himself?
No, if he actually spoke to somebody about it, if he's been talking to somebody about it.
We don't know about that, but it was really definitely an unfortunate situation.
Yeah,
we'll have to go on a break right now.
Yeah.
When we get back, we'll talk more on this issue.
I used to care for the world's opinion. I used to fear their rejection. I used to beg for validation. And I used to wait to be seen. But the fire that burned in me was hotter. And the passion that lived in me had a voice of its own. So I stopped waiting and started to act. I stopped fearing and started to live. And when they thought I'd fail, I stepped into my power.
Because my time is now.
Amstel Malta, be your best.
Maltina, share happiness.
Fuse Unpotted.
All right, so I mean, I just think this is really sad because this is a man, for example. I know how we say men are not they're very strong, and if they're going through any issue, they usually don't express it. To be honest, I don't think the wife was against him in all of this. I think it was just how, there was a lot of pressure on him. Maybe it didn't even come from the wife at all. It's just like, why would people lie against me and say this? The saddest part of this whole story is the fact that this man had just dropped off his kids in school when he later killed himself. Wow. So I just think like this is really, really bad. We also had a story of another woman here in Nigeria who said the story was that she gave money to a man, and she later found out that this man that she was dating or she was in love with carried the same money and used it to marry another woman.
Yes, I saw that story and I'm like,
she
what?
Killed herself. The woman committed suicide on the matter.
Yeah,
and she had a 7-year-old son.
to actually leave the country.
Yes. So I just think like this is some people are very wicked. How can a man do that to someone? How can you be so? It's really bad. Now I wonder how he feels knowing that because
they reached out to him and he said it was none of his business.
That's to show you the height of wickedness. I just feel like people need to learn to be more kind to people, knowing how sometimes some of your actions can actually lead people to end their lives.
Saving money with this man, and she was a sales girl, sending about 10,000 naira every week to this man, and he took that money to marry another woman. Tell me how that's the marriage height of would wickedness. Be successful.
That's the height of wickedness.
It's really sad, really sad. But whatever it is, please try as much as possible not to allow the
depression, the pain,
of suicide to germinate
to that. True. Honestly, I just feel like it's very important. Stay safe. Take care of your mental health. It's very important that you're all right. When it gets to the point where it feels like depression is setting in, talk about it. Do everything to fight it. Don't let it lead to the end of your life, because a lot of us are fighting battles, but it's very important to be alive to win them.
To face those battles. So guys, here's the thing, all right? I'm not really a therapist or what's it called? A counselor. But if you have issues, I would rather hear your story, all right, than attend a funeral that you're in. You get what I'm saying? So you can hit me up in my DM. So far it's not money issue.
Wow, yes. Amy. Okay, so I just want to say may their souls rest in peace, and we just hope that this is the last time we're hearing things like this, happening, because this is two at once coming at the same period. So
that's how much we can take today.
That's right. So all you need to do is join the conversation, follow us on our YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Our YouTube channel is Fuse1, and you find us on Instagram at The Fuse. Follow us on our Instagram account. Comment, talk with us. Have this conversation. We don't want to be talking alone. We want you to talk with us. That's all that we're going to be saying. And for me, you find me on Instagram at Gabby.Gabby. Do well to follow.
Link up with me on Instagram at AB_AKYNZ
_Medici on all social media platforms. Until next time, guys,
stay fused.
Upfront and personal, world-class business, world-class consultants.